Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So, it has been a long while, pack playtime, since the last recording. There has been an update to the pack. The pack, I don't know, it added a bunch of stuff. One of the most notable things is it removed the Benny's genetic stuff and added Gendistry to the pack, so that is there. I haven't actually looked through it to see how late it is, but we'll get into that later. Anyways, like I said, it's been a while. It has been a while since the last recording. I have been mining and crafting and mining and crafting. I actually just finished another mining trip because I was low on certain things. I'm always low on gold. I actually have a decent amount of gold right now. I have 56, which really I need to craft energy pipes, and I'm going to have to take a break later in this episode probably to craft energy pipes, depending on where we get to. But I am low on copper, I'll tell you that much, because like I've pretty much drained our essence, and I've been using so much copper. Since last episode, I have crafted a bunch of machines. A bunch of machines. Or what I feel like is a bunch. In this pack, it's a bunch, but I think in most packs, it's not that much. I have made a sawmill, magma crucibles, igneous extruders, two of these, magma crucible and igneous extruder, fluid transposer. I've made 7 input routing nodes, 7 output routing nodes, 5 just regular routing nodes because I don't know where I'm going to need them. 4 wireless receivers, 4 wireless transmitters. These are luckily really cheap. We've got 4 comparators, 4 Redstone Volume 1s, 4 bookcases, 4 basic drawers, 4 Redstone upgrades, a compactor, and a manufactory. Chances are I forgot things, but it is what it is. If I forgot anything, I'll take a moment to make that. Also, if we pop outside, I have done a bit of build work in addition to mining and prepping and stuff. Over here, I've actually opened this up, and I've blocked it off, and I've killed the horses that were in this area. And right over here, you can see there's 4 cargo managers, and we're going to be using these today. Also, one other thing we really need to do, we're not going to do it this episode because I'm dead set on doing this, but I need to sort food again because the most recent update has changed it so that we can't craft the stuff that we were making. I can't even remember what it's called. But for example, over here, you can see this no longer works. No longer works. So, I did change the rice over there from the Actual Additions rice to the Pam's Harvestcraft rice just because it made more sense. I was actually getting low on rice because you only get 1 rice per Actual Additions, whereas Harvestcraft you get like 3 or 4. So I just made that swap from that. But so we need to sort food here soon, and we're going to be doing that in possibly the next episode or something. We'll see. I did run this around. You'll notice it's not complete. It just kind of like hangs there right now. But this is kind of where the walls for this section on this front section is going to be. Okay. And it just kind of runs around, and you can see it plugs into the storage room there. And then it comes across like that. So I have to get more of the blue schist and bring that wall down. That's one thing that we're going to be working on doing. So over here, let me actually, I should probably sleep, but I think it'll be okay. Well, I'll show you the tracks. The tracks actually run into this. This is going to be a wall, but it's not at the moment. And it goes down through here, and then it goes under this walkway. And then if we come through my, all my animals, you can notice the rabbit, the rabbit actually can't fit underneath the trap door. It's kind of funny. It's like stuck. It's been stuck there. But anyways, these tracks go down through there, and they actually come out. Which one thing I didn't think about until just recently is I put a seat on that cart, but I don't have it set up in a way that you could actually ride it very effectively. So I may need to do some adjustments there. But anyways, the tracks come out right here, and they wrap around. They go underneath this walkway and back up, and they come through. They're going to come up kind of like underneath this wall that's going to be here. And they carry on. Oh, this thing's trying to plant saplings here. Stop it. There. Okay. I need to get that grass removed anyways, so. Let me toss that into there. And I forgot to set that back to turn back after transfer. Because it's right now it's just trying to drive off in that direction. There we go. I moved this and it got stuck. Um, Basically, it comes and plugs in there now, and I just use the cargo manager to stop it. But I had forgot to set this to turn back after transfer after I changed the colors. So, and then basically those one tracks, the new tracks come over here and they plug into this cargo manager that we're going to be using. So that's that. If we come over here, I got one more thing I want to show you. And there's probably some things I'm forgetting about, but that's okay. Oh, by the way, horses, I have noticed they eat all your sugarcane. I actually had some sugarcane planted through here, and of course I had some around that little pond over there. The horses have ate every bit of it. So soon we're going to be killing off all the horses, I promise. But anyways, over here I did make a windmill, and we have a kinetic dynamo up there that's connected to a capacitor. We're going to be using that. And then I kind of shaped this up so it's like kind of like a tower, and then it leads down into the mine area. Over here, if we... Oh, man. There we go. Okay, if we continue down this little pathway... I see you. What in the world? Oh yeah, there's new mobs in this update. That's, I think, one of them. But anyways, there's a little room here, and mobs can spawn. I need to stop that, actually, so let's do that. Okay, so no mobs can spawn. But anyways, I built this little room. We're going to be using this later. This is going to be like the hub of our ore processing system. It just kind of made sense that it was on top of the mine there. And then if we pop up here, I should actually probably throw down some torches up here as well, I suppose. But anyways, this is what it's like at the top of it. So, just a windmill. We can upgrade this, and we will, which we'll get into that later. And then there's an LV capacitor there that's getting power. It's not going to be the main power system. It's mainly there for decorative purposes, but we are going to utilize the power from it as some of the power that's going to go into our ore processing system, just not most of it. It won't produce enough power to really make much of a dent in it, but that's okay. So anyways, what we are going to be doing today, I want to start work on this whole system that's over here. Now, I will say that this system is going to be heavily over-engineered because, like I said, we can literally just plug a input node over here, an output node over there, plug them up, pow, it's done. But I want to make it a little bit more interesting for us. Instead of just plugging everything up with nodes like we did in CivTech, I want to utilize carts a little bit. They're not the strongest thing in the world. They're really not, especially without railcraft. But what we're going to do, that's the cart that we made last episode. So the one with the seat and everything, and we can sit inside of this, and if it was running, we could ride around on it. We are going to be making a cart here soon that we actually ride around on, but this is not really the one. This is just one that has a seat on it. So what we're going to do, I've actually got, if we pop down here, you can see that those cargo managers are actually plugged up with sticky pistons that have a redstone torch. It's going to be an inverted redstone signal. And that's where the magic happens, because we're going to use wireless redstone instead of wireless item transfer, I guess. We're going to use wireless redstone. It's kind of the best way I thought of, like the nicest, cleanest way, without just abnormally large amount of redstone. Because we're going to have to wirelessly tell the system, okay, you have enough of this item, so stop getting it. And the carts can't actually control that. There is, if you take a look at Steve's carts, there is detectors, which are kind of nice, but they're actually useless when it comes to reading items. They mainly read, like, is your inventory full? Is your inventory empty? Do you have a passenger? What kind of passenger is it? Things like that. It doesn't actually read inventory on a per item basis, so it's kind of useless for our needs in this case. But what we're going to do is, let's grab our drawers. And let's grab our redstone upgrades, let's grab our comparators, our bookcases, our redstone volumes, and our wireless stuff. Okay? And what we're going to do is that we're going to set this up kind of behind the scenes. And I'm thinking we're going to have it setting... I'm actually thinking about just putting it back here behind the... Oh, yeah, I still have Global Traveler on. I'm thinking about just sticking it right back here. Or part of it back here. Yeah, that should be good, actually. So we're going to put a drawer there, and then we're going to do, like... Let's see, how far out is this going to come? We're going to have a comparator. Whoops. A comparator that comes out of that one, and a comparator that comes out of that one. And actually, starting out, I think... Let's see. I want to get glue automated here soon, which is rubber and sandy glass dust, which is going to take sand and glass. Kind of wondering if I should just automate it over there. I might just automate it over there, because that's kind of the cobbleworks, and it'll send it over here for advanced processing. In fact. Yeah. Okay, so we won't need to set all of these up this episode. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to set a... let's see, redstone upgrade in each of these. And then if I was to put, like, that's... Okay. It does emit a power of 1 with that. I wasn't sure if it would emit from the front. And then we're going to have a bookcase setting there, bookcase setting there. And we're going to, of course, we've covered these before on here. We're going to set this to, like, see where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll put it right here. So whenever it's about halfway full, it can send out a redstone signal. Because there's no real need for us just having just hordes of this stuff. So I think half a drawer should be good. Just keeping half a drawer on hand. And then what's going to happen is it's going to feed into a wireless receiver. Or, I mean, into a transmitter. So I'm going to have to go set that up real quick. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to set up our wireless receivers. And we're going to set these up right down here. And let me actually grab 4 pieces of redstone. And let's pop up here. And we're going to have redstone there, and then there. That's going to plug into the torch. And then we're going to have our receivers set there. There. And this is actually set up so we could easily put another one in the middle. You know, if we find that we want more items, we can do that. But then what we're going to do is we're going to say, let me actually get, let me go get a couple signs. There we go. 3 should be good to start with. And what we're going to do is we're going to say on this first one, we're going to put a sign right there that says glue compound. Okay, just for kind of our reference. And then this one right here, we're going to say maybe nothing right now, because I think if we make the glue compound in-house, which would actually kind of make sense, because it would just kind of be part of the Cobbleworks stuff. But if we made that in-house, then we wouldn't have to worry about it going over there, I don't guess. Especially once we get our auto farmer up and going. We'll have plenty of rubber to do that. Okay, so we've got that stuff in place. I need to add a couple things over here. First up, I need to make, actually I need to make an analog crafter. Or actually I may just make a crafter tier 1. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to get a crafter tier 1 made, and I'll be back here in just a second. Okay, I realized I kind of derped on a couple things. First up, because we were going to move sand over. And so I added that because we're going to be using that for making, you know, the silicon. So I did add that to a sign. We're going to be moving sand over, but we're also going to be moving glue compound because that's something else that I want to get automated. And I changed something up over there on the drawers. I don't know why I set it up the way I did, so I did make some adjustments. And we'll pop over there here in just a second. But anyways, we do have the stuff for our crafter tier 1. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And then I'm actually going to also want a pulverizer. So I got the stuff together. Oh yeah, my iron plates. I forgot about those. They're still over here running. While I'm over there, I'll show you what I did to kind of make some small changes to the setup that we had for the redstone control, because am not sure what I was doing. Or why I was doing it that way, so... right down here, instead of having them spaced away, I did that. So that's going to work out quite a bit better for us. So, of course, we do have a redstone upgrade in this, so we're going to have to change up the way our nodes work, but we'll get into that here in a minute. So, anyways, that's what I did over here. But let's pop back over. Let's get this pulverizer crafted up. And we're not going to get all those machines set up that I crafted. We're not going to get them all set up this episode. I'm just kind of crafting things that I know we're going to need here soon for some of the automation that we're going to be doing. Okay, so there is our pulverizer. And the next thing I want to do is I want to grab all of our rubber essence. And we are going to basically turn all of this into rubber. Lots and lots of rubber. There we go. And I don't think that that's already slotted. I want to check though. So if I drop this into there, okay, it doesn't get pulled out. Okay, I didn't think it was slotted, but I couldn't remember. All right, so let's just drop this into there. That can hold 8 stacks. Eventually, that's going to be automated, but not right now because, yeah, we still have to automate the farming and stuff, which we're going to do that here fairly soon. That's on my list. I actually need to make a clipboard. Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to make a clipboard and fill out a couple things because I need to keep track of all the various things that we need to get done. That's like our top priority stuff because we literally have so many projects we need to work on at the moment and only so much time in an episode. So I'll be back here in just a second. Okay, I got that filled out for now. So this is some of the stuff that we're going to be coming up on. Cart item transfer, we're working on this episode. Glue production, we're working on this episode. Silicon sub-produce, new food and cooking oil, auto blood and wheel, stone mega expansion, auto lava, treated wood automation, explore some more, animal farms, ore processing, enter the Twilight Forest, expand on Botania, expand on astral sorcery, auto farming and processing, start refined storage, start bees, and basic machine part automation. Which will be like the circuits, the circuit boards and transistors. I'm actually tired of making those, so we're going to get into that before too long. So anyways, that's our to-do list for the moment. Let me put that away. So what we're going to do next, let's go ahead and set up our crafter and our pulverizer. And these are going to go, let's see, let me actually grab a lever real quick. Just so I can shut off this output node for just a second. And we're going to put down a, let's see, that's input node. Okay, yeah, let's put our pulverizer setting here. And we're going to put our crafter setting there. And let's go ahead and clear that out. We're going to say that you can output out the right-hand side. That's where our input node is. And then you can input from the left-hand side. And then this one, we don't have to configure this. Okay, so what we're going to do, first and foremost, we're going to tell this that it takes, let me actually grab like 7 of these. And let's go ahead and lay this out, lay that out. And let's see, the glue compound. Sandy glass dust, that we run through the pulverizer, that's sand and glass. Okay, so it also needs to get rubber as well. That's the 3 things that it needs, is sand, glass, and rubber. So let me grab that. And for now, we'll have to make it manually, that's okay. That's just temporary. Let me grab, well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to grab some more sand and glass. And I'm going to grab a little bit more rubber. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tell this that, let's see, let's dump in some more sand. And I'll tell you what, let's get some more glass as well. That should be good. Then we're going to drop in 4 pieces of rubber. And then I also want to, let's go ahead and make 2 of these. Actually, let me make 4 of these. Let's go ahead and run, well, I'm going to have to plug this up with power. And so let's do that. I'm going to keep with the LV wires. They're cheaper, and we already have everything set up for that. So we're going to drop this into the pulverizer, and it's going to start running. And there we go. There's our sandy glass dust. And, okay, I didn't get any glass shards. There is a chance we'll get glass shards. So we'll handle that in a minute. But let's go ahead, and we're going to drop this into there. And then let me grab that out. And, oh, I actually need to, I need to add this into here as well. So, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put sandy glass there. And then sandy glass dust plus rubber gets us the glue compound. We're going to go ahead and drop glue compound into there. And then we're going to say, remember the current items in the internal and external buffers. So if this gets pulled out, it's going to save a slot for the glue compound. It's going to save slots for the sandy glass. And it's going to save slots for sand and glass. Let me actually make this a little bit cleaner. There we go. So remember those items. Okay, and then we're going to set up some recipes. We're going to say that if you take... well, actually, I can go ahead and remove this now, because this doesn't actually need a filter. You can see it's getting glass. It can't take anything except what's right here. So it's no biggie to just leave that as is. And then, which that's an input node. Okay, so I'm going to need an output node there, which means I'm going to need another precise item filter. I could have swore I had some of those, but maybe not. I thought I had some extras. All right, so if you take sand and you take glass, you're going to get sandy glass. And then we're going to say it's going to go in the external buffer. All items in the input slots are consumed. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and say apply. And then let me go ahead and just craft this to get it out of my inventory. And once this has power, it'll start crafting. And then we're going to say right here, we're going to say that if you take sandy glass, dust, and rubber, you're going to get glue compound. It's going to go into the external buffer as well. And then what we need to do is just plug this up. I'm going to have to make another LV connector, which I did get this smelting up. And I've got a little bit of copper, so I got 15 pieces. Okay, so we'll get one more craft of that. And we're just going to plug this right into the back, grab the connection, bring that down, and there we go. You can see it's starting to craft sandy glass, and it did craft the glue compound as well. So, yay. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just add a input routing node that's going to sit right here. And then let's grab that connection and let's bring it over to there. And let's see, the sandy glass, I don't know if I want that to... Yeah, we'll go ahead and put it in a drawer. Might as well. So we'll send the glue compound over to there, and we'll send the sandy glass to there. And then if we take a look, oh yeah, we don't have the output node yet. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right there. It's going to need a filter. I could have swore I made extra filters, but maybe I used them all up last episode. I can't remember. Let me pop over to the Blood Magic building. I may have stuck them in there, maybe. Okay, no, maybe I used them all. I don't know. Okay, it's cheap enough, though. Okay, so there's 5 precise item filters. That should be good for a minute anyways. Okay, so what we're going to do, that's the north side. And so we're going to say north side, precise filter, sandy glass. And then let me dump that back into there. Oh, I don't have enough space to dump it into there. Okay. And then we're going to grab this connection, connect it there, and there we go. Now we're getting sandy glass, and there we go. It creates the dust stuff, and then it sends it over to here. And then we should see, yeah, there's one. But it doesn't have any rubber right now. So one thing I need to do is, well, this should be, oh, you know what? I never connected it up. Yeah, see, I've got an output routing node. I don't have any input routing nodes on these. So let me grab 2 input routing nodes, and we're just going to plug that up, connect it to there, and then come over here. I forgot because we didn't plug that up before because we didn't have the nodes on hand. So I was like, well, we don't need it right this second. And then we'll plug that up. Okay, so it should be able to pull the rubber now from there and dump it into the crafter. So if we take a look, there we go. Now we're in business. Now we're making that glue compound. And if we take a look right here, glue compound, we're up to 23. And there's 24 and so on. Okay, so that's up and running now, except, I mean, the rubber's not fully automated, but I think it's going to be okay for the time being. And then once we get the auto farming and processing up and going, then we'll add that on. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to grab a piece of our glue compound and a piece of our sand. And we are going to get 2 output routing nodes. And let's grab our input connection. And let's come right over to here. And we're going to add on an output routing node there and an output routing node there. We're going to put, this is going to be on the downside. We're going to say precise filter. This is the glue compound one. That was the first one that we did. And then over here, downside, sand. Okay, and then we can connect that. Okay, so this is starting to get sand. And now we have to configure this. We're going to say that the red side, by the way, these don't have external distributors because they don't really need them. So I didn't worry about it there. I could actually limit this. Let's say the sand, just keep 300 of that in there. And then the glue compound, keep 300. It's not an exact stack count, but that's fine. Yeah, so it's still dumping sand in there. It's going to be, what, like, it's going to be 4 stacks in, oh wait, no, still going. 4 stacks in 44? Okay. That's not too bad. And then this one over here was, yeah, 300. Okay, but that's fine, because the main places this is going to be going is to this cargo manager. That glue compound, so. Okay, so then what we're going to do is right over here, we're going to say that the red side, well, we're going to say all slots are shared by all sides. And let's go ahead and change this to red, red, red. Continue along after transfer. And we're going to sit right here. We're going to say, actually, let me change this to black, which is disabled. Yeah, because we won't ever need these. So just disable all of those. And then we're going to say you can transfer a maximum of 1 stack. So whenever the cart comes by this, each time it comes by it, it can give it up to 1 stack of glue compound, assuming it has enough glue compound and there's space within the cart. That's going to the cart. We're going to say it's going to go into the storage slots. And then over here, we're going to do kind of the same thing. We're going to change all of this to black. Continue along after transfer. Red side. You send 1 stack of items. And that should be good. And the reason these levers are here is because with our piston system, we have sticky pistons that are set up. And so whenever there's enough sand or enough glue compound or whatever over there, these cargo managers are going to pull back into the wall. And they're basically going to be hidden so the cart's not going to stop at them. It's just going to go on by. The reason the levers are here is because if you don't have a lever, the advanced detector rail will stop the cart. And it'll just stay here until it gets a redstone signal or until it has a machine that it can access. So the lever's here so that when the cargo manager is pulled back into the wall, it will just keep on going. So it will still stop if the cargo manager is here. It's going to stop and it's going to say, okay, well, there's a machine. The machine takes priority. But the lever's there so that, you know, whenever it's pulled back, it'll just keep on traveling. So, which you'll see that in action once it starts backing up. You'll see the cargo managers are going to get pulled back because they can be moved with sticky pistons in this pack. So, and they'll kind of recess into the wall. The output nodes won't be able to access them, so they're not going to dump any items in there or anything. And they'll just kind of be put away until they're needed. Okay, so now that that stuff's in place, this is about ready to go, I think. One thing that we do need to do is we need to grab a piece of this well, we've got a piece of glue compound sand. Okay, let's pop over here. We need to set up the cargo managers on this side. I think it's going to be it's going to be a fun little system and something different than just plugging up more nodes because we kind of already have a bunch of nodes. Oh, and you know what? I do have to make an external distributor for this one because it's going to need one. So I'm going to have to get that set up here in just a second. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to say that over here, this side is going to be sand. This side is going to be the glue compound that comes into that. And then I also need to go set up the wireless transmitters so that it can send a redstone signal over. So let me pop over there. Okay, and this one is glue compound, so we're just going to take this and we're going to smack it. Okay. That one's glue compound. And then the other one. There we go. That one's for sand. So let's pop back over and let's go set these up. Okay, so the glue compound's going to go right there. The sand is going to go right there. And one thing I did forget to add to this, let me go ahead and add it. The sapling plus apple power. And I'm going to go ahead and add more generators to this as well, because we do need to do those things. Oh, and chunk loaders and enchanting. We need to get into those things here soon. So many things, so many directions we got to take in this pack, and everything takes a while, so it's a bit of a process. Okay, so that should be pretty well set up. Now, I do need to make an external distributor real quick. One thing I did notice is that the cargo managers have been buffed up in price. I don't know if I showed this to you. It does require some microchips. I don't remember them taking this before. Electrum, steel, chests, the iron panes and stuff. The external distributor, I want to say that it was the same. I think I looked at it and was this the same? Or maybe it's more expensive. I can't remember. But anyways, I need to make one of these. So I'll be back here in just a minute whenever I get this crafted up. Oh, and really, really quick, one thing I do want to show you, I did get the other nether bushes from Natura. I got the stingberry, the duskberry, and the skyberry. And I actually got enough of these to fill it out. And I threw a bunch away, too, because I didn't have any use for them. But whenever I was mining gold between episodes, I noticed pretty quick that the nether is a great place to mine gold, because the gold ore is like all pretty much visible from the, you know, if you stand there and look at the ceiling, you'll spot the gold pretty easily. So I did do a lot of my gold mining there, which proved very, very, very useful. So just a heads up on that. Okay, so there is our external distributor. Oops. And now what we're going to do, let's take this over here. Let's go set this up, I suppose. And we're going to set this right there. And we're going to say that the, let's see, purple side is the downside, right? I can never remember. Yeah. Purple side is the downside. So we're going to say that the purple side, let me actually configure this first. All slots, each side has its own slots. Each color has its own slots. Yeah, each color has its own slots. And we're going to change all of these. We're going to run into the same issue where it dumps, you know, it dumps stuff into here, but as long as it keeps the red coal in there, it's not a big deal. And there should always be red coal. Later on we may make some adjustments, but we're going to change all of these to, oops, to the red side. And we're going to say turn back after transfer. And this one here is going to go, or these are going to go from the cart, from the cart, from the cart. And this one's going to feed into the engine slot, is what it's going to do. And let's grab ourselves 3 pieces of red coal. Let's get an output routing node. And the purple side is going to go to the, well, we'll say bottom right. And set that there. We're going to say that the upside, precise filter, red coal 192, and then we're going to grab that connection, come right over here and connect it there. Okay, so there we go. Our red coal is now in there. And then what we're going to do, let me just dump that back in there. The next thing that we're going to do is we need to set up the inputs. And let's see, I don't know if I want to use nodes for this because I'm going to have, this is going to have redstone, so I'd have to do like a hopper that feeds in. But, well, the hopper could shut off unless I did like an omnidirectional hopper. Okay, actually, I'll tell you what. We're just going to go with chests. There's not really a whole lot of point for us to have a drawer here. Because then I'm still going to have to add filters and stuff. And, yeah, it's just, it's, I don't know. It's more convoluted than it needs to be, in truth. So, we're going to put a chest right there. We're going to put a chest right here. And let me pull up that. Let me pull up that. We're going to have, okay, we're going to have output node, and we're going to say on the downside, I'm going to have to make more precise item filters. Okay, that's fine. This one is the one that is, oh, I don't remember. Let me check the footage. Okay, this one was sand. So we're going to say on the downside, you insert sand. Okay, and just no limit, just put it all out there. And then let me go, yeah, let me go get another frame part real quick. Or another precise filter, I mean. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just get 9 of them being crafted, because we're going to need them. And then let me pop over. Let me go get some more glass for my blood magic area, because I'm running out. Glass and stone's important to keep over there, because you make so many slates. I'm actually out of glass at the moment. I had to pull it out of this crafter. Because it's making so much sandy glass right now. There's the glass shards. That's what I was waiting on. These, we're just going to add them, like, over here. They're going to get voided. But we will stockpile them because they will be useful. You know, having a few of them. Just not... I don't need, like, infinite numbers of glass shards. Really, what I've got right now is probably going to be a fairly good amount. But, well, there goes my cart. I love seeing my little carts running around. That's why I'm doing all this. Because like I said, I could just plug up a node and be done with it. But it's just more fun to go a bit further. I forgot to put that glass over there. That's fine. Okay, so over here we're going to say downside, precise filter, glue compound. Okay, and then we should be good to go, I think. Let's see, these are already connected, aren't they? No, they're not. Okay. Let me grab that, connect it to that. That is going to get connected. I need to get an import node. And we're going to say that the green side right here is going to take top left, top right, bottom left. You can also do to cart from cart. That's fine too. And we're going to plug it up right there. We're going to connect that over, and then this is going to plug into the system outputs. Okay, so let's see. Now, for example, if I had some sand and some glue compound, I threw them into there, we should see there's the glue compound, there's the sand. Awesome. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to set up 2 input nodes right there. The redstone shouldn't affect those there. That's why I can't put it right there, because the redstone from this will hit it. We're going to connect those together, and then we're going to connect these up to just this output routing node system. Okay, so what we're going to do, I think the sand probably already got pulled out. Yeah, it looks like it's making some sandy coal compound right now off of the sand that we sent it. Okay, so what we're going to do, I think everything's plugged up now. So now I just need to give the cart some fuel to get started. So let me grab that. And basically the reason we did all this stuff, like the cargo managers that move and all that stuff, is basically so that we don't have it overflowing, because I want to make sure it doesn't like just fill up with sand and then everything gets backed up, because that would be bad. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's actually set in this cart. and let's add the coal in. Okay, so it's going to start running. And you'll notice we come up to here, and it's going to stop. There we go. We got a stack of glue compound, but only one stack. Then we got a stack of sand, and it's going to stop there. There's nothing in that one, nothing in that one. It's going to continue on. And then it's going to take us down along this little track, and it's going to suffocate me a couple times. That's okay. That's all right. We can take a little bit of suffocation damage. No, never hurt anybody. There we go. These wood rails are really slow, as you can tell. I want to upgrade these here soon. We are going to be, because we're going to make a rolling machine, but not right this second. Oh, it actually gets stuck here. I didn't think about that. I'm going to remove that for right now. And it's actually going to get stuck right there as well whenever it comes back around. But I'll probably change up the tracks a little bit and kind of push them back so they go up under there. It doesn't have enough clearance right now. So anyways, it's going to come over here and it's going to dump off... oh, wait. Storage slots, storage slots, storage slots. Because what's happening is it's dumping off the red coal. So we don't want that to happen. Okay, so now it is back off again. You'll notice it filled up on red coal and it's off traveling. And let's see what happens. I think it's going to get stuck right here. Yep. It can come up, but it can't go back down. So I'm just going to have to push these rails back and have them go back, or go down one block farther back. But anyways, it's going to travel over there, and it's going to pick up some more glue and some more glue compound and some more sand. And for example, if I set this down to say right there, you'll notice that both of these activate. And if we come over, I want to show you this really quick. So whenever that happens, if the threshold is filled enough so that the redstone triggers, you'll see that got pulled back. And for example, if we turn that redstone off for just a second, the cart should be making its way over, I'm assuming. Okay, there it goes. It must have already picked it up and it came back around. So here in a second, it's going to come out of the tunnel. It's going to curve around and it's going to go back. And I turned off this. So if you notice, it just gets stuck because there's no cargo manager to tell it to go on. And there's no redstone signal telling it to go on. So that's why we have the redstone signals activated. Oh, it can't stop there because it's got plenty of sand. And, oh, there we go. It just pushed out because the sand got moved over and it's making silicon. So that trip, it actually does not have anything. I could take it a step further, and I may later on, to where if everything that it needs is already over here and filled out, then it's going to, it's just going to stop running and wait. But we'll see. We'll see, because it's a very simple system, or a very simple setup to do that, but I don't want to do that right now. Until we get everything, we'll just set all that up at the same time. If we use a little bit extra red coal, it's not a big deal right now, because red coal is basically free anyways, so it's not, it's no concern. Okay, so we've got glue compound building up. I know it's getting fairly close to wrapping up point, but I actually am going to... This is done. Cart item transfer is done for now. We're going to add other things to it, but items are being moved over here. And once we upgrade the rails so it moves really fast, we're not going to have to worry about speed or anything like that. It should be able to keep up no problem. Okay, and actually looking, it is wrapping up point for this episode, regrettably. I want to get more done, but we do have to end it out because it's wrapping up point. Next episode, I'm actually going to be picking back up next episode, like right after... this episode, I think, because I've got some stuff prepped, but actually I think next episode we are going to take a detour. I need to get food sorted because I'm in a bad way in terms of food, and I need to do something about that because otherwise I'm going to end up just eating berries again, and I don't want to do that. It's high time that we get cooking oil automated, and with cooking oil automated we can start spreading out to new foods. So I do want to get on with that. So that's what we're going to tackle, I think, next episode. And then we'll come back and we're going to set up the glue production, the silicon sub-produce. That'll be next episode. And then we're going to be doing some of this automation stuff, because I've actually got the stuff on me for the auto lava and some things like that. Well, I've got to make one machine because I miscounted. I need an additional igneous extruder, or not, magma crucible, I mean. But anyways, we'll continue on with that next episode. I know this was very over the top compared to what we actually needed, because like I said, I could just plug up a node. I'm well aware, but it's a little bit more fun, and we're going to have more carts running because of it. And it just kind of makes it more interesting than just plugging up a node and magically moving items over here. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.